Debate season continues with the highly anticipated matchup between Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris.
This one was thankfully less nasty than the presidential debate. Political specialist Sean Boyd watched every minute. Fewer insults, fewer interruptions, which was good to see.
And it certainly had more substance than
Agreed.
the presidential debate. Of course, that was a pretty low bar to clear. Both Biden and Harris still dodged several important questions, including how they would handle the election results should their campaign lose.
Kamala Harris and Mike Pence were separated by plexiglass and divided on how to handle the country's biggest issues.
On day one, Joe Biden will repeal that tax bill. He'll get rid of it. And what he'll do with the money is invest it in the American people.
You just heard Senator Harris tell you, on day one, Joe Biden's going to raise your taxes. Those tax cuts delivered $2,000 in tax relief to the average family of four across America.
From the economy to the pandemic, Pence said the president saved lives by suspending travel from China. Harris said the president tried to cover up the threat.
And our plan is about what we need to do around a national strategy for contact tracing, for testing, for administration of the vaccine.
When I look at their plan that talks about advancing testing, creating new PPE, developing a vaccine, it looks a little bit like plagiarism.
While Pence refused to call climate change a threat, he said Harris' support for the Green New Deal was.
We don't need a massive $2 trillion Green New Deal that would impose all new mandates on American businesses.
Joe is about saying we're going to invest that in renewable energy. It's going to be about the creation of millions of jobs. We will achieve net zero emissions by 2050.
Harris wouldn't say whether she and Biden would add seats to the Supreme Court. Pence wouldn't say how he and Trump would protect people with pre-existing conditions. And neither would say whether they would agree to a peaceful transition of power.
We will not let anyone subvert our democracy with what Donald Trump has been doing, as he did on the debate stage last week. He openly attempted to suppress the vote.
Senator, your party has spent the last 3.5 years trying to overturn the results of the last election.
Now, vice presidential debates rarely move the needle in these races, and there was nothing about this one that I would expect to change that. One of the strangest moments of the night, yes, when a fly landed on the vice president's head, where it remained for 2 minutes. The fly now has its own Twitter account.
Of course.